So Twain's Revenge says, I don't know how I find myself here, but I might as well drop some truth. Modern paleogenetics have disproven the idea the sub-Saharan Africans were around in any significant numbers in ancient Egypt. I would like to see your source on that. Yeah, I'm sure you don't have one, but I don't want to make assumptions. If you got some sources, I'll take them. But you are dead wrong. Now, it takes courage for me to say that. It takes courage to challenge the old boys club of scholarship and reclaim history on its own terms. Well, there's a lot of us that got such courage. What if your entire understanding of race? What if your entire understanding of identity and color in ancient Egypt needs to be rewritten? What does that mean for how we see Africa, for how we see the Nile Valley, for how we see ourselves today? Again, Twain's Revenge. I understand what you're saying, but again, like I said, I would like to see your so-called research telling me just go look it up. I've already looked up some stuff. I'm not saying I looked up everything. I'm not going to come here and tell you that I am a supreme scholar and I know everything there is to know. But from what I have looked up, you're dead wrong. Because one of the tricks that these people like to do, and I don't know who this person is, so I'm not going to say he is or is not a brother. I'm not going to say he is or is not an Arab or a white person or whatever. But let me look at this and let me say this, because he says he's trying to say that the sub-Saharan Africans were not around in any significant numbers in ancient Egypt. Now, again, making the argument, I have not used the phrase sub-Saharan African throughout this entire conversation. Now, I haven't used it for a couple of reasons. Number one, there's a great amount of scholarship that says even the phrase sub-Saharan African is not only a misnomer, but is another one of those racist terms that is used to partition Black folk so that they can pick and choose who they want to recognize. There's already research out there that shows even if you remove the racist idea from it, to say sub-Saharan African, because what they do when they say that is they're trying to say that, for instance, West Africa is sub-Saharan African and the Horn of Africa is not sub-Saharan. But when you look at the geography, huge parts of even ancient Egypt are still tucked into the zone and the physical region that would be counted as sub-Saharan. Again, it is a misnomer. It's just a new, fancier term that they had to come up with after they got defeated with their dark-skinned white Egyptian nonsense. But this is the game they play. Every time they get defeated, they go back into their corners, they tuck their tail, but they shake it off, and they come up with some new words to push and promote the same dumb, racist, ignorant drivel.
Shabazz, break it down with the proper perspective. So much controversy and a lot of deception. You don't know who's coming through with the light and reflection, and whose mouth is mumbling trick knowledge deceptive. Shabazz, break it down with the proper perspective. So